So I know the title of this video was a little bit inflammatory, but that is on purpose. I'm not trying to say that no one cares if a game uses AI for the creative aspects or not. I just literally want to talk about who really cares about AI being used in the entertainment industry and who it negatively affects. So I think that title fits fairly well, not to mention it has the perfect amount of controversy in it to get some clicks, and since I am trying to make a career out of this, that is something I want to do. I also want to make it clear right from the beginning that I don't believe Palworld has used AI when it comes to creating their different pals. We have literally zero evidence that points to the idea that they used AI, except for the fact the developer said a long time ago that it thinks AI could positively affect gaming. Besides that one tweet, we have no evidence of AI, so I think it's safe to assume that none was used. If something comes out at a later date that proves they did use AI, then I apologize for assuming incorrectly. But I really don't think that will happen because the game has received so much scrutiny and still no evidence of AI has came out yet. Finally, as someone who aspires to form a career off of YouTube, I think I'll have a slight bias on the idea of AI in the entertainment industry because this implementation may negatively affect my chances of success. And I believe it's important to acknowledge that bias before I get to yapping about AI. I also believe that AI will negatively affect the entertainment industry, I'll just put that out there right now, and will remove the human element that's so incredibly important. When someone comes home from a long day's work or sitting and enjoying a day off, I think it's important that they feel the human side of the entertainment that they have to consume because of how it may subliminally affect their mental state if they essentially just listen to robots all day. I think the most important thing to talk about first is the sort of people that will actually be affected negatively by AI in the entertainment industry. Not everyone in the industry is at risk of losing their career to AI, but there is certainly a large number of people that are. The biggest groups of people that I can immediately think of are artists and animators. AI has quickly developed and has already shown that it can create art pieces of literally anything at a moment's notice. Without any effort or practice, it can pretty much create digital art of whatever you could possibly want. As of right now, I still think it's fairly easy to tell what pieces of digital art are created by AI or not, but as AI continues to develop, I'm fairly certain that the average person won't be able to tell the difference for much longer. This is, of course, understandably incredibly worrisome for any artist. This is why Palworld has gained so much pushback over the AI thing as well, because if the designs in Palworld were created by AI, that would mean that it has already advanced enough artistically to essentially completely replace actual artists. Why would a company like Nintendo pay an artist for their Pokemon design when they can now have an AI create hundreds of designs of similar quality to their current designs instantly and for much cheaper? Palworld, being as successful if it used AI, would set a terrible precedent for all of the gaming and entertaining world. It would show that it could effectively create lovable characters that consumers enjoy just as well as actual artists could. Like I said though, I seriously doubt Palworld used AI because I don't believe it has advanced enough to fool the average person into believing it was made by another human. The second creative type I mentioned that seems to be at high risk if some laws aren't made are animators. I think that's fairly obvious why. Animations are just lots of art put together to make a moving scene, so if AI can master drawing and creating pictures, it seems like it's close to being able to actually understand animation styles and movements to be able to create animations out of those pieces of art. These are the people, in my personal opinion, who are at the highest risk of losing their careers and jobs to AI. However, in years, if not decades down the line, I see AI becoming a risk to creative writers as well, but as of right now, it doesn't really seem like AI has close to the high enough intelligence to create a cohesive and entertaining story. Unless intervention is done by a government, it's unlikely that any CEOs won't use AI if they can get things done quicker or for cheaper, and that's because it won't affect their bottom line. Using AI is morally wrong in my opinion, but it's most certainly not morally wrong enough to cause consumers to give up content that is created by AI as long as it's high enough quality and an enjoyable product. And let me give you several examples and reasons that I think that. First off, actually exploiting real workers is a million times more morally bankrupt of a studio than using AI for art is, and if you disagree with that, I'm sorry to say this, you're an idiot. Companies like Rockstar have literally released posts bragging about overworking their employees, and not a single person cared or refused to buy their games because of it. Activision had a woman literally cause the conclusion of her own life because of the rampant SA and harassment at the company, and Activision took literally zero hit for it commercially, and they still continue to sell millions upon millions of copies of Call of Duty, and not many consumers decide to boycott their products at all. If we look at animation studios like MAPPA, they work their employees to the bone and give them insane deadlines, yet JJK is one of the most popular animes ever, and consumers have generated millions of dollars of profit for the studio, even though they're actively abusing their workers. In conclusion, companies do not suffer from moral bankruptcy most of the time, and especially won't suffer for something as minor as AI, when many do things that are so much worse and suffer no consequences. That's why I think the only way for AI to be stopped from completely overtaking the entertainment industry is for government intervention. I'm not saying that needs to happen or should happen, I'm just saying that is the only realistic way companies could be stopped from using AI in the future, because it's extremely unlikely consumers will boycott AI content if it's enjoyable, especially when so many less moral things are already ignored. In my ultimate conclusion, guys, I really just want to say that I don't think AI should be using art. I think it's a very bad thing. I think it's going to negatively affect so many creative individuals in the world. I think it's going to take away the human element of a lot of pieces of art, and it will mentally corrupt and negatively affect the average individual that is consuming said content. However, I really don't see any way to stop the takeover of AI in the entertainment industry, unless, like I said, the government steps in and does something about it. But that's like a slippery slope if you want government intervention or not, if you want them to have that much control over companies. That's just a slippery slope that I'm not sure that I'm, equipped to really talk about or dissect. Because it sounds nice on paper to stop AI from taking over, but at the same time, it's like, what kind of power would we be giving to the government to do that thing? But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on this situation, on AI in general, in gaming and the entertainment industry. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I sound a little bit off, and so I slurred some words. I'm recovering from a sickness still. I have like mouth blisters all over inside my mouth, and it's just really making it hard to talk. But I wanted to get this video out why Palworld was still a hot topic, because that's how I can't just put this out 5 weeks when everyone's done talking about it, you know what I'm saying? So I do apologize for that if I sound slurry or just didn't say anything perfectly. And finally, I also wanted to bring up the person that ended their own life when it comes to Activision. Their name was Carrie. I don't know how to say their last name, so I'm not going to say it. But I just wanted to make that a little bit more humane, because I just kind of threw it in there. But I want to make it clear that this is a really terrible situation. There's an active lawsuit where her parents are suing Activision. If you want to check that out, I do encourage you to do so. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. It's been Game Fanatic Cook. Like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. I hope you guys have a good one. Stay blessed, stay happy, and peace out.